What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly requested video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I'll talk about the devices that are here on this table, but I just got off of work, and as you can see from the time, it's 2:55 a.m. The life of a software engineer is very busy, but you know what isn't busy? Our sponsor. Nobody. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed. I know someone in my previous video said that they want me to peel this plastic stuff off my TV, so I will definitely not do that. But first, I just want to show you guys what I have in front of me here. This is the S23 Ultra, the S24 Ultra, the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and the OnePlus 13. And then I have the iPhone 16 Pro Max here for comparison-ish. All right, let's move these out the way. And let's go ahead and give credit where credit is due. And this Galaxy S25 Ultra was made in Vietnam. Go ahead and get the unboxing knife and just go ahead and saw this bad boy open. All right, so the packaging is a little bit different from previous iterations. This is definitely more of a cheaper cardboard material, but here it is. Even this lifting off felt pretty cheap, unlike the previous generations, but we really care about the phone itself, and it is like really stuck in here. What the heck? I just ripped off the little plastic cover. What the heck? It's like stuck in here. There we go. So that is the device itself. Pretty simple, as we know Samsung following the Apple suit by giving us less and less. Well, I have plenty of charging cables, so I'm actually not going to open that. But if you want to read the documentation, be Samsung's guest, not mine. And we're going to do a slow peel. As you can see, flat design all the way through. So now for a quick smell test. Smells like a company that wants to be like Apple. One thing I want to point out real quick is that this is actually a fingerprint magnet. I don't think it was like this on the previous generations. I'll actually just bring the S25 Ultra or S24 Ultra. And I would say that this one has way more fingerprints. So if you intend to not rock a case or a skin, just be mindful that this is going to attract a lot of fingerprints. But yeah, let me go ahead and power on the device. And while this device is powering on, I'll go around the device and show you what else this phone offers. It's pretty much going to be in line with what you have on the S24 Ultra. So starting on the right-hand side, we have the power button, Gemini button, AI assistant, Bixby button, whatever you want to call it now these days. Volume rocker, I'd say feels pretty solid to me. On the top, pretty flat throughout. On the right-hand side, I think this might actually be new, or my bad, the left-hand side, we have the 5G antenna band, I believe. Yep, on the S24 Ultra, and I would say on most flagships, it's on the right-hand side. I'd say this is actually a pretty nice location because it's not really being blocked by my fingers. And then on the bottom, we have the glorious S25 S Pen, which I will talk about a little bit later in the video. Then we have, the speaker grill, USB-C, SIM card tray. Man, this thing attracts a lot of fingerprints. My goodness. And I think that's pretty much it. I do like the new start screen where it's not just blasting white in your face. But you guys don't care about all this stuff. Let's just go ahead and get into the smartphone. For those of you who don't know, this is actually the OnePlus 13R, and I'm actually going to swap my SIM real quick. All right, so my device is set up, and they're actually telling me about some new stuff that is featured in One UI 7, so let's just go ahead and see what's new. All right, so the first one is AI. I'm going to skip that. Next one is also AI. I'm going to skip that. Next one is AI. I'm going to skip that. I'm going to skip that. Yeah, just a lot of AI stuff. Cool. Don't care. All right, so now we are in the S25 Ultra, and I've got to say, the squared off design is not really it for me. Not the biggest fan, but it is what it is. I'd say after probably 2 weeks, most people are going to get used to it. Bringing over the S24 Ultra, one of my favorite smartphones of last year. I just like the roundedness of smartphones when it comes to the edges. Completely subjective. It's definitely not a deal breaker by any means. And as you can see, the S25 Ultra These settings, man, we gotta set some stuff up. I know a lot of people think I just buy and return a lot of my devices, but for the most part, if the device is really good, I'll end up keeping it. So what I have in front of you guys is the S23 Ultra, S24 Ultra, S25 Ultra. And as you can see, in terms of the back design, Samsung has a pretty good design on how they want their phone to be. I guess you can say iconic. I'd say it's a little bit similar to what the other Android manufacturers have in the other parts of the world. Here in the US, I'd say it does have a unique factor, but there's not that much competition here. But yeah, as you can see on the back, really not that big of a difference. I would just say the rings on the camera themselves are pretty much a dead giveaway if a person has a S25 Ultra versus the S24 Ultra doesn't have like that black ring at the top. And the S23 Ultra, ooh, this is a good feeling phone. Man, I miss the curves. That is all there, but when you go to the actual, whoa. When you go to the front of the display, I would say they're all more or less the same. There's probably, less bezels on the S25 Ultra, but I would say unless you have all these phones side by side, you're probably not going to be able to tell a difference. I'd say they're all pretty bezel-less. From the looks of it, it doesn't seem like the hole punch has gotten any smaller. I mean, maybe it's like slightly smaller, I would say. But once again, unless you have all three of these phones next to each other, I don't think a lot of people are going to notice. In terms of weight, I don't know if I have the official numbers in front of me, but I would guess this actually feels lighter. No, this is definitely lighter. The S25 Ultra is definitely lighter. Yeah, these are definitely dense. Slightly, but not by much. If I'm wrong, well, I'll have it somewhere on the screen and I'll just say I'm an idiot. So I just want to go through the display settings real quick. Let me just set this to light so it's easier for you guys to see. So I'm going to switch this over to natural and I'm going to have this be the Quad HD. I'm actually go to the settings on both these devices here and see what the displays are. Let's see, Quad HD, Quad HD. So it looks like the resolution is the same from the S24 Ultra, so that's good. So let me go back to just talking about the S25 Ultra because that is what this video is actually about. So first and foremost, what is different from the previous generation? Honestly, not much, at least when it comes to the hardware wise. Design, it's pretty much the same. I would say it's just slight differences. Feels boxy, looks boxy. Everything is pretty much flat but rounded on the edges. If you are into that, hey, good for you. I would say completely subjective. You're going to get used to it within a couple weeks. The processor is now the Snapdragon 8 Elite, so compared to the previous generation, it's going to be much faster, much more efficient as well. The other thing that I know a lot of people are talking about, I might as well just get into it, is the S Pen no longer having Air Actions or Bluetooth support. Personally, I know this might be a hot take, which I really don't think it's a hot take. I don't think I'm going to miss it too much. I rarely used the Air Actions. I did and have used the button in order to take photos, but that was also pretty rare. And if I wanted to do that functionality, I would just hold my hand up for the palm recognition. Now, I completely understand the outrage and outcry from people because the Ultra is the phone that's kind of a no compromise, and I have no idea why AI is being shoved in my face while I'm doing this talk here. But an Ultra phone by Samsung, it's always been about no compromise. You're getting everything. And it just seems year after year, there's just slight stuff that just keeps being removed as the price continues to go up. And I think a lot of people, I don't think people from Samsung really understand. I don't think people are upset that the feature is gone. It's that the feature is gone without a real good replacement for it. Does that make sense? So I was definitely part of that demographic of like the 99% of people who like never used it. So I'm not gonna miss it. I would say as long as I can still write and type on the display and take notes, that is the most important thing for me. And that is some terrible handwriting, but hey, you get the gist. This is probably a pretty good change. Let me actually just do a quick speed test since I have my SIM card in here. Continue through the web. Yeah. So if you want some pretty good speeds, I would say put your 5G antenna band where your fingers are not blocking it. As you can see, I'm getting almost 1.2 gigabits per second on the download side. Pretty impressive for the most part, and then I'm getting shoved with Temu ads. So in terms of the modem, I'd say pretty good, 5G. If you are close to a tower, you're probably gonna get speeds like me. I don't think I'm even that close to a tower, so that is really impressive. That's like way more than what I get on the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I would say this is almost like a gold standard when it comes to antennas and cell service. If you aren't familiar with some of the changes that they've made, so swiping from the top right actually gives you your control center, and I'll actually slide the OnePlus 13 just for comparison. So if you want to get to your quick actions or quick settings, you just swipe from the top right. If you want to get to your notifications, I'm not going to do it on my OnePlus because I do have notifications there. You can swipe down. I could probably just do it and just blur stuff out. That's the action of how you want to do that moving forward on Android. I don't think it's the same thing on the Pixel, but just go ahead and see. So these are my, yeah, Pixel does not work the same way. So it's the same no matter what. Yeah, let's just go ahead and test out the display with a 4K video. All right, so let me actually turn off some lights here so you guys can get a better representation of how the OLED actually looks. All right, so this one is in fact HDR, so let's just go ahead and set that there. There we go, that should be better for you guys. That is blue. You can also see, like, moving the phone, the angles. That's crazy how good the angles are. That's OLED for you. Oh my God. Let's skip to a different part. Probably do this one more time just to see. Whoo-wee. That is nice. My God. You know me, I like the snow. The different variances of white. That is really spectacular. Man, smartphones have definitely come a long way. That is just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. All right, this just seems like, oh, I'm pausing here. Oh my God. All right, let me turn the lights back on. Let's talk about this. All right, so Samsung display, and I'm not talking about the entity itself. I'm talking about this Samsung display. This is, I don't want to say it's world class because I think someone else on the table might have a bone to pick with that, but let's be honest, guys. It's an OLED display. It's a flagship phone. It gets plenty bright. If you're watching content on here, any type of media, it's going to be a treat. So I would say you would not be disappointed using this. I would say it's also not a downgrade coming from the S24 Ultra. Don't think a lot of people are going to notice a difference. I'd say in terms of viewing with the flat screen, I actually would change what I would say from the beginning of the video and say I actually kind of prefer the flat display when watching content. It just looks a lot more uniform compared to a display that's slightly has a curve to it. But overall, really nice. And I stopped here because this is like one of the nice, important details when it comes to brightness and HDR and that high nit count. Because this right here, you see, this is what needs to be really bright, but the rest of the white doesn't need to be as bright. But when you have that high nit count as well with the OLED, so all the pixels can do what they need to do, you don't have to have a whole bunch of blooming that happens. But given what Samsung does on their displays, on their TVs, going all the way down to their smartphones, this is a very well controlled display. All right, Anyway, let's just go ahead and play a quick video by me and see what the speakers sound like. Smartphones for my comparison video, and there is one in particular that on paper is a clear winner in almost every category, but does that make it the best Android experience in early 2025? I'm talking about the OnePlus 13 versus the Pixel 9 Pro XL, and trust me, the winner might not be as clear as all I ever wanted was a black Grand National. So this is where I think the flagship phones really stretch their muscles, but I would say it also depends on your use case. The speakers on these phones are just incredible, and I think this is where the OnePlus kind of falls short, but keep in mind this phone is significantly cheaper, so I would say take it with a grain of salt, but the speakers on the Ultra devices, bang on, amazing. These are speakers loud enough that you can actually just use this in your bathroom if you want to listen to music and shower, have a good time. It will get plenty loud. It'll be louder than the shower that you're using, unless you're using like a 5-head shower in like a mansion or something. But yeah, speakers are fantastic. Dude, this fingerprint on the back, it's giving me OnePlus 8 Pro vibes. Not the biggest fan. Anyway, speakers are great. Let me go ahead and test out the camera. So we do have a new ultra wide, if I'm not mistaken. So that should be nice to use. Let's just go ahead and, ooh, that was cool. Look how many different lenses we have. We have ultra wide, 1 times, 2, 3, 5, 10, and then all the digital 3 times, 100 times. My eyes are so tired. Oh my God. This looks good. Might be a bad photo, but could be the camera. I mean, I know it's the same camera as last generation, but this doesn't look as sharp as it usually does whenever I take photos on Samsung devices. I'm usually blown away. This isn't giving me blown away vibes. This is giving me okay vibes. Yeah, this is it's okay. It's okay. Not blown away by any means, but let's test out the back camera because the back camera is what most people are going to be using. All right, so I would take a photo with the S Pen, but guess what? Doesn't work. I'm just kidding. And yeah, this is the quality I'm talking about. The back camera on the S25, or what the heck is this? Okay, that's fine. The back camera on the S20 series, or I should say the Ultra series, are pretty good. Wow, this is actually really nice. But once again, it's not that big of a difference from the S24 Ultra that came out last year. But incredible. Incredible. If you have not used the Samsung Ultra camera before, I think you might be genuinely impressed, especially with the auto tracking feature on the front facing camera whenever you go to take videos. That is also a pretty nice touch as well. Yeah, this is great. If we do like the half face, that's clean. That is clean. Samsung, I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty clean. All right, so let's test out the video department. Well, they did say they get an ultra wide, so let's go ahead and test out the ultra wide, right? I think I just turned on Bixby, Gemini. I don't even know what assistant is working at this point. New ultra wide, right? Not really a camera I use that much, and to be honest, I'm indoors, so this probably is not the best test, but I'd say it looks okay. I'd probably wait for my regular day in a life video for me to get a better objective opinion on how I feel about the ultra wide, but for my first impressions, it looks great. All right, so let's go ahead and test out the video department. All right, so this is the front-facing camera on the S25 Ultra. You guys let me know how it looks and sounds. For the most part, I would say Samsung is more on the natural side, and I'm shaking it up and down so you guys can see how the stabilization's doing. Should be decent. Once again, this is the front-facing camera, so don't expect it to be spectacular, but I would say Samsung has pretty good front-facing cameras. Is it as good as the OnePlus 13 or the Pixel 9 Pro? Pixel 9 Pro is hard to beat, I'd say. OnePlus can give a run for its money given the price, but hey, you guys let me know how it looks and sounds. So Samsung did release this feature where it's able to remove background noise. So I'm just using this 15-minute of heavy traffic noise in India. Let's see how good this AI feature really is. All right, so this is the back camera on the S25 Ultra. You guys let me know how it looks and sounds. Once again, I want to test out the AI feature from Samsung to see how good it is at rejecting background noise of me being in India. But yeah, you guys let me know how it looks and sounds, and I'll actually do this live in the first impressions. So I think, so let's just see what it sounds like normal. Guys let me know how it looks and sounds. Once again, I want to test out the AI feature from Samsung to see how good it is at rejecting background noise. That's actually pretty convincing. Okay, so I think I'm gonna hit this smart AI feature and blah blah blah. I need a Samsung account. Why? Why do I need a Samsung account to do something? Cancel. You're joking. There's no way. You really need a Samsung account? This is stupid. Actually stupid. Samsung, you're lucky I have a Samsung on standby. By the way, I would say choose just the essential one. Just do the terms and condition and special terms. Ignore everything else. Okay, so this is the feature that I wanted to show you guys. So eliminate distracting noise in videos by adjusting for voices, wind, and other sounds. So let's go ahead and hit OK. All right, so it's analyzing the sound. That was pretty quick. So let's just go ahead and hit play. All right, so this is the back camera on the S25 Ultra. You guys let me know how it looks and sounds. Once again, I want to test out the AI feature from Samsung to see how good it is at rejecting background noise of me. But yeah, you guys let me know how it looks and sounds, and I actually do this live in the first impressions. Am I stupid? It literally did nothing. Alright, so this is the back camera on the S25 Ultra. You guys let me know how it looks and sounds. Once again, I want to test out the AI feature from Samsung to see how good it is at rejecting background noise of me being in India. But yeah, you guys let me know how it looks and sounds, and I actually do this live in the first impressions. Okay, I would say just use this if there's like a lot of wind. Maybe if there's like dogs barking, because I'm pretty sure they've done a lot of training on that. If you're in a busy section and the microphone isn't super close to you, I would say it's going to work okay for the most part. I don't know why those noises in the background are being under the music category, because if I were to play this again. Alright, so this is the back camera on the S25 Ultra. You guys let me know how it looks and sounds. Once again, I want to test out the AI feature. Like, it sounds pretty good. Like, in terms of the noise it needs to reject, it's doing that in the music category, but my voice itself just seems very, very weird. So let's just go ahead and hit cancel for a second. And I want to do the auto feature itself to see if auto can do a good job. Sorry if this is taking longer for my first impressions. Usually it's a lot quicker than this, but I'm just really interested to see how this works. Let's go ahead and hit auto, hit play. From Samsung to see how good it is at rejecting background noise. Yeah, this is a disappointment, so I'm not gonna waste my time on this. I got better things to do in my life than deal with this AI mumbo jumbo marketing. So I would say that pretty much wraps it up for my first impressions. I can leave you guys with some closing thoughts. So I did say I was going to compare against the S20 or the OnePlus 13 and the Pixel 9 Pro XL. I would say the OnePlus 13 is looking to be one of the best contenders of the year for getting a pretty good smartphone. Best smartphone for the year, at least here in the States. Nothing Phone 3, I think that phone is being teased. I think I'm a huge Nothing fan, and I'll give you guys my reasons in a future video, but also very excited about that. The Pixel, I would say also a pretty good contender, because you really have to think all these AI features that Samsung is showcasing is impressive. I don't want to knock them. Let me just go ahead and hit now brief, see what's going on. Tonight's brief, enjoy a peaceful night. Cloudy. Cool. The weather. You know what? You know what else shows me the weather? Literally the weather widget right there. And guess what? It gives me way more detail about everything that I need. Yeah. So now brief. This is where it's like, I don't really understand. I'm a night owl. Cool. Once again, it's like, yeah. AI just gives me a headache whenever I want to talk about it, but I do want to talk about it. soon. I just need to do a little bit more research, get a little more evidence for what I want to show you guys. But once again, my original point, a lot of the features that they are showcasing, once again, I want to give credit where credit is due. I think Samsung's doing a pretty good job on the software side of things. But all these AI features, I would say eventually are going to go on the Pixel, and then eventually will end up on all these other devices as well. You know, if I were to just do Gemini real quick, gotta sign into Google. Hey, can you tell me what the weather is in the next 365 million years? I'm just kidding. So that's my whole spiel on AI. I think the big telling thing is with the S25 Ultra is that this device, the one that I got in particular, was $1,400, but I would say Samsung has pretty good trade-in program, so do take advantage of that. I'm gonna get it for like $400 for this 512 gig model. But if you were to get the base model, it's $1,300, and my God, that is not a cheap phone. And I would say Samsung, from a person who's been on Apple for a very long time, you don't want to rock the boat too much by continuously having high prices without really offering that much more improvements from your previous generations, especially from a brand that had an identity of kind of pushing the envelope, being the ones that are doing all the innovation. I really don't know how much you guys paid Google to do your partnership with AI, but if you're making your customers pay for all this AI features and that contracted it with Google, just be careful is all I'll say. But you know, I still think this is a overall great device. If you are upgrading from like an older Galaxy phone, I still think from like what I say 90% of my videos, they're not going to make a worse phone than the previous generation. So if you are coming from like a much older device, like let's just say hypothetically like a S20 or below, S25 is a pretty good deal. That's not to say if you want to save money and get more or less the same features, pick up the S24 Ultra as well. But can't wait to, you know, run this phone through my day in life, see what it's like. Yeah, if you guys want me to do any comparisons, want me to do anything special with the phone, let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, much love. But first, I want to talk about what's going on, guys. So I know you're really excited for me to unbox the S25 Ultra. Ooh, that was clean. Dang! It's a little too loud. What's going on, guys? So I know you guys are excited for me to unbox and give you guys my first impressions of the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's the S25. That was such a good throw. Oh my God, cancel. What the heck are you doing? What? Android devices, you guys gotta chill. You guys should be doing too much. What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly requested video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions of the Galaxy S25 Ultra, and I have it here with me today. That was a terrible catch. What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly anticipated video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions on the Galaxy S. What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly requested video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions. Why are you guys dimming? Who told you to dim? Me? No. What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly requested video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions of the Galaxy S25 Ultra. I do have it here with me, and of course I have it here with me. What else would I have? What's going on, guys? So I know this is a highly requested video for me to do my unboxing and first impressions on the Galaxy S25 Ultra. Pretty excited for me to unbox this and get my first impressions on it, and I'm really sounding redundant, so I'm gonna redo this intro. Why am I so stupid?